Hi, my name's Anna. I'll be guiding you through a gentle yoga practice today for days that you feel stiff, sore, tired, or just want to slow down and give your body a little extra loving care. We'll be practicing postures and movements that are designed to improve energy flow throughout the body. This can help to improve the health of joints, tendons, and ligaments, as well as the subtle body and internal organs. It'll be a calming practice, so also good for days that the mind might feel a little scattered or restless. We'll be practicing slow movements with the breath, which is very soothing to the nervous system. If you have any achy joints, I recommend having a blanket handy or some other kind of padding. It could be a folded up towel or a cushion. So we'll be using that for a little extra padding underneath the joints in some postures. And when you're ready to get started, we're going to come down onto our backs with the knees bent. We'll take a moment to arrive here. We'll have the feet just underneath the knees at about hips distance. So you can start to feel the bottom of the feet grounding down towards the floor. Palms can stay down or come upwards and a little bit away from the body. Start to find a spot where the shoulders can relax towards the ground. Tuck the chin gently to keep the back of the head rooting down as well. Once you find a comfortable position, we'll take a few moments in stillness to begin connecting to the breath. As you start to notice the sensation of the breath moving in and out through the nose, begin deepening your breath so that the belly expands on every inhale. Your belly falls on the exhale, letting all the stale air out of the lungs. Inhale to fill the belly, the chest. Exhale to feel the chest fall, belly fall. Continue with these complete breaths, letting the air fill up the belly, the chest, and letting all the air out on the exhale. Your awareness may start to travel towards the back of the body. Notice how, by simply breathing, the back is being gently moved along the floor below you. Feel the inhale expand the lungs, and on the exhale, let every muscle in the body relax. We'll take about 3 more breaths just like that. You finish this last exhale, let the palms come alongside the hips, so palms facing down alongside the body. On your next inhale, start to reach fingertips up towards the sky. And then all the way overhead. Take a big reach with the arms, stretch the body, and on the exhale, let the hands come settle back down alongside the hips. Good. We'll start by rotating the hips with knees bent still. So start to draw the right thigh in towards the belly and let the right hand come onto the knees so you can draw a few circles with this knee. As you inhale, circle the knee away from you in one direction. Exhale as the thigh comes back towards the belly. Continue in that direction with your awareness on the low back and right hip. Let the thigh come towards the belly and then switch direction. Inhale as the knee moves away from you. Exhale as it comes back towards the chest. One more circle. And then let the right thigh come into the belly. Bring the hands underneath the knees so you can squeeze the right thigh a little closer. And if it feels good on your low back, we're going to take the left leg straight. So left heel pushing away from you. Extend that leg long, actively pointing the toes towards the ceiling. Heel reaching away. And squeeze the right thigh a little closer to the belly for Ardha Pawanmuktasana, the half wind releasing pose. Good. Start to bend the left leg again and let the right foot now come to the floor so we can switch sides. Starting by drawing the left thigh in towards the belly and letting the left hand come onto the left knee so that we can start circling the left hip. Inhale as the knee moves away. Exhale as you circle the thigh back towards belly. Now letting your focus stay on the left hip and low back. The next time the thigh comes towards the belly, go ahead and switch directions, moving slowly with the breath. Let the left thigh come back in towards the belly. Hands will wrap underneath the knee, and you can choose again on this side to stay right here, or let the right leg extend long on your mat. Foot gently flexed so that the right heel is reaching away as the left thigh reaches towards the belly. Draw the right foot back towards your body and let the left foot come down so we're back in this bent knee position. Now, if you have any soreness in the low back, especially sciatic pain, you may want to keep the knees bent and repeat that same sequence. Otherwise, we're going to take the legs long so we can come towards a leg lifted pose. Let both legs extend, point the right toes, and inhale to start reaching the right leg up to a 90-degree angle. Let the hands come behind the right thigh. So if your knees are bent instead, let the left knee stay bent. And then with support of the hands, straighten through the right leg so we can circle the right ankle a few times, one direction, and then the other. Pause that ankle movement And now you can again take the knee bent for hip circles or keep the right leg lengthening up towards the sky. Let palms rest down so that you're grounding the whole back body and start to circle the right hip. Like you're drawing little circles with the big toe. And then switch direction. I feel a little heat in the right hip now. And make this circle as small or as big as is comfortable. And now pause, reaching through the right toes again. Let the hands come behind the thigh for support. You can stay right here, reaching the thigh towards the belly, or exhale to reach head towards the thigh, coming to lift the forehead towards the right knee. Big inhale here. Exhale to relax the head down. Release the hands and slowly lower the right leg down towards the ground. Take a moment between sides, letting the right side of the body relax. And then we'll start to point the left toes. Inhale to lift the left leg up. And start with the hands holding behind the left thigh. So again, right knee can be bent, right foot grounding down. Otherwise, letting the right leg press towards the mat in a straight position. And with the left leg extended, come to circle the ankle a few times, one direction, and then the other. Decide if you'd like to keep this left leg straight or take the knee bent for a little gentler of a movement. Hands will come down alongside the hips and start to circle the left hip. Still moving with the breath. We inhale and exhale through every circle. And switch directions. Pause with the toes pointing towards the sky. Bring the hands behind the left thigh. Keep reaching through the left toes. Otherwise, the thigh can just press in if the knee is bent. And on an exhale, lift the head, lift the shoulders. Keep the face relaxed as you squeeze the head towards the left knee. Inhale here. And exhale to release the head down. Release the hands beside the hips. And slowly lower the left leg. If the legs are straight, we'll again take them bent with the knees just over the ankles, feet planting straight down towards the ground. Preparing for Ardha Chakrasana, the half wheel pose. So let the palms rest by the hips, and we'll again lift the arms overhead. So as you inhale, lift both arms up overhead. Reach with the arms, stretching the body. And if this position feels good on the shoulders, go ahead and grab onto your opposite elbows so that the chest feels open here. Otherwise, arms can come back down by the side. We'll make sure the knees stay stacked over the ankles. So you might feel a gentle drawing of the inner thighs towards each other to stay in this position as we lift the hips for Ardha Chakrasana, the half wheel pose. Exhale here, and as you inhale, start to lift the hips up towards the sky. Shoulders and face relax. Exhale to slowly lower, letting your tailbone be the last thing to touch. We'll repeat this movement twice. So again, inhale to lift the hips. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And we'll hold that position. Inhale to lift. Feel the chest reaching towards the chin. Inner thighs pulling a little together to stay stable with knees over the ankles. And find a couple deep breaths here. Really good for loosening up and strengthening the muscles around the low back. Inhale here. Exhale to slowly lower. And then let the knees drop left and right a few times, making windshield wiper movements of the knees. When that movement feels complete, pause with the knees in the center and start to draw the thighs back towards the belly, hands coming underneath the knees to squeeze yourself into a little ball for Pawanmuktasana, a wind releasing pose. We'll start to rock the body a little bit, so massaging along the spine. You can either roll up this way or just come over to the side and push yourself up to a seated position. And we'll all meet in tabletop on our hands and knees. So if you'd like a little padding under the knees, take the time now to grab your blanket or towel, whatever you might have, and place it near the center of the mat with the knees and maybe the ankles also receiving a little extra padding. Let the hands come just underneath the shoulders and feel the crown of the head lengthening away from the tailbone. So our body is gently activating here. Press through the fingertips so the shoulders are carrying our weight. And we'll start cat-cow movements. So first, inhale to drop the belly, lift the gaze for cow. Shoulders pull down and away from the ears. Exhale to round the back, tuck the chin towards the chest to find cat. And continue with your breath. Inhale to arch and extend the spine. Exhale to round and flex the spine. Continue at the pace of your own breath. And notice the entire spine articulating from the tailbone to the base of the skull. One more round. Inhale. Exhale through cat. Inhale to a neutral spine. Walk the hands forward, one hand distance. Pitch the shoulders over the wrists and start to lower the belly and place the elbows underneath the shoulders so that we'll meet in Sphinx, a supported variation of Bhujangasana, the cobra pose. So here we want to feel the shoulders pulling down away from the ears. Elbows might feel like they're pulling a little back in space to create this action. You can stay right as you are in stillness or find a movement for the neck. So on an inhale, turn the chin to look over the right shoulder. Exhale back through center. Inhale to look over the left shoulder. Exhale through the center. Inhale to look a little upwards, lifting the chin. Exhale inhale to lower the chin towards the chest. Back through the center. Release the elbows to the side. Let the forehead come down. Hands underneath the shoulders. And use the arms to slide yourself back through a child's pose. The knees might come wider than the hips. Big toes touch. And let the hips settle down. Rest the forehead in the direction of the mat. And focus on finding a few deep breaths. Notice as you breathe into the belly, the compression of belly towards the thighs. Every exhale, relax the hips a little more, moving towards the ground. And one or two more slow breaths. As you finish an exhale, start to push the fingertips towards the mat so you can gently lift the head. Walk the hands back. And we'll slowly make our way up to a standing position. Take a moment to move any props out of the way if you have them there. And then we'll arrive in standing with the feet at about hips distance or a little bit wider, creating a strong base. Inside edges of the feet should be parallel towards each other. And start to ragdoll the body left and right. So just let the arms swing a little bit, shoulders moving into a twist. Eyes might close, especially if this creates any dizziness. Feel the whole body loose, moving with the momentum of the arms. Start to slow down that movement until you come back to stillness. Let the eyes open, feet become about hips distance, and bring your focus of the eyes onto a still position, maybe about 5 feet in front of you along the floor. Find your drishti or your gaze on one spot, and we'll interlock the fingers, push the palms away, and inhale to reach the palms up towards the ceiling. So keeping your gaze on the still point, we're going to take a side bend. Inhale to reach the palms up. Exhale to bend to the right. Inhale to lift. Exhale to the left. Inhale through the center. And let the arms come down alongside the body. Bring the feet together. Palms face forward. And pause into Tadasana. Keeping your focus on that drishti or the eyes closed. Simply bringing a little extra focus to the mind as we start to move into our standing position. We're going to keep working on the side bending of the body, so strengthening the side abdominal muscles. And we'll work on a dynamic variation of Trikonasana, the triangle pose. So start by bringing the feet out about as wide as you can comfortably stand. We still want the edges of the feet to be grounding down and the inside corners of the feet parallel. And then bring the hands onto the hips. Start bringing the right toes out to the side. If this feels uncomfortable on the back knee, you can turn the left toes in just a little bit and start to line up the torso. So we want the elbows to be in one plane with the two legs. Gaze over the right shoulder, and as you exhale, bend that right elbow down towards the thigh. Lift the gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale to lift up, look over the right shoulder. Exhale to bend to the side, gaze upwards. One more time, inhale as you lift the torso. Exhale as you bend over to the side. Inhale to lift back up, gaze over the right shoulder, and start to bring the arms out to a T, palms facing down. We want to keep this feeling of the body moving in one plane. As you exhale, reach through the right fingertips. Let the right hand start to reach down for the outside edge of the right leg. And if this feels okay on your neck, we're going to start turning the gaze forward and up to the left thumb. Now that left arm can still be bent with the hand resting on the waist if that's more comfortable. Find about 5 breaths here. On an exhale, release the gaze back down to the right big toe. Inhale to straighten the body up. Relax the arms down. Turn the right toes back in. Left toes out. And return the hands to the hip for the other side, starting with the dynamic Trikonasana triangle pose. Bring the gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale to reach left elbow towards the left thigh. Look up. Inhale to lift up. Bring the gaze back over the left shoulder. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift up. And this time reach the arms out wide. On an exhale, start to reach the left fingertips forward. Release the left hand down to the outside of the leg. And maybe you want to bring your gaze upward. So again, you can keep the right hand on the hip and let that shoulder roll back so the body is in one plane. We want our focus to come to the back right hip. Might be feeling a stretch there. If you're not feeling much there, that might be a sign to just lift up and make sure that the shoulders are pulling back. You can take a gentle bend in the left knee if that's more comfortable as well. And one more inhale here. Exhale to turn the gaze down. Inhale to lift the torso back up. Release the hands. Turn the feet towards each other and walk the feet back into center. Find Tadasana, equal weight in both feet. Gaze focused on a still point. And find a few breaths. Here we might notice the sensation of the crown of the head lifting with every inhale. Muscles relaxing as you exhale. We're going to come down to a seated position. And you might want to have that same padding to come underneath the sit bones. So come down onto your seat. The very edge of your sit bones can come onto this blanket or other padding so that the hips are a little bit elevated, and we'll take the legs out long. So this elevation can help to keep a straight back. If you still feel a little rounded, it might be a sign to just bend into the knees slightly until you can find a position with the crown of the head standing tall, shoulders rolling back, fingertips reaching towards the ground, for Dandasana, the seated staff pose. We'll continue to release through the hips by coming through a a rock the baby movement. So we're going to start by bending into the left knee and bring the right hand underneath the left foot, left hand underneath the knee, so you can gently guide the shin to a parallel position. Lift the shin a little bit and start to rock the knee left and right. Moving the hips through internal and external rotation. Inhale as the knee moves out. Exhale as the knee moves through center. Keep this movement slow. And bring loving awareness to the left hip. Very good. Start to bring the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. So we're setting up for Janu Shirshasana, the head to knee pose. Right toes will be flexing to come back towards the face a little bit. You can still have that bend in the knee if that feels better. Bring the torso towards the right leg. Inhale to lift the arms overhead. First exhale, start to reach forward. Settle the hands anywhere along the leg. Inhale again to lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, relax the forehead down towards the right knee. To feel the back muscles relaxing here. The right knee can always bend to come closer to the head. It's not important that the head is touching the knee or even close to that. Just let the head relax, the back muscles relax. Notice the left hip also being open here. Inhale to lift the gaze, straighten the spine, release the hands, and slowly walk yourself back up. We'll bring the left knee up and straighten the left leg. And start to come over to rock the baby on the other side. So bring the right knee to bend. Use the left hand to guide the right foot onto the left thigh. Support the right knee and ankle. Start to lift the shin towards you and start rocking the left shin, or the right shin rather. Just like you're rocking a baby. Treating yourself with that same gentle, loving awareness. In our yoga practice, sometimes we can notice improvements to our joint flexibility and muscle relaxation simply by keeping our awareness on the part of the body we're working with. When you're ready, start to bring the right foot towards the left inner thigh. Let the right knee gently drop down towards the floor. Bring your torso to face the extended left leg to prepare for Janu Shirshasana, the head to knee pose. Inhale to reach the arms up the sky. Exhale to bend forward from the waist, settling the hands onto the left leg. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, relax the head down. Elbows are bending towards the floor. Forehead is relaxing towards the knee. Let gravity slowly create more space in the back body. Your focus might be on the low back, and you might notice a little extra stretch through the right hip. A good pose to prepare for sitting cross-legged. Find your last breath, exhaling to stay in stillness. Inhale to lift the gaze, straighten the spine. Release the hands. Walk yourself back up. Bring the right knee upwards, and we'll bend the left leg also. So we're going to prepare to come onto our backs. You can have your blanket or cushion within arm's reach for our last few postures. And start to bring the hips towards the center of the mat. Come to lay yourself down, coming down one vertebrae at a time until the head comes to rest down. Let the knees stay bent to start. And we'll start by rocking the knees left and right again. Windshield wiper the legs a few times. We'll start settling the hips and low back into our supine position. We'll be finishing with a twist. So it's very important to move our spine in all directions to maintain spine health. So now working on twisting the spine. Start to draw the thighs in towards the belly, and then come to stack the knees over the hips. Feet will lift to a 90-degree angle. Bring the arms out wide to a T, palms facing up or down, whichever feels better. Inhale here. And as you exhale, slowly lower both knees over to the right side. The knees might be able to easily come down to the floor with both shoulders grounded. Or it's very common that there's a little tightness and the knees feel elevated. So you can either take your padding and bring it just underneath both the knees for a little extra height. Or maybe it feels good to squeeze that blanket or pillow in between the two knees. Once you find a spot, you can be still. The gaze might travel over to the left hand, bringing that twist all the way through to the neck. Slowly prepare to release. Inhale to bring the gaze up back to the sky. At the end of an exhale, start to squeeze the thighs together and back through center. You can bring your padding with you to the other side. Inhale with the knees lifted, and exhale to slowly lower knees over to the left hand side. Make any adjustments so that the back can relax, letting the body completely relax in this supine twist. And maybe you want to turn your head over towards the right side, twisting the neck. Every exhale, let the shoulders ground down a little more to the mat. And one more slow breath here. And then inhale the gaze back through center. At the end of an exhale, squeeze the knees back through center. And we'll bring the arms underneath the knees to squeeze the legs in for one more round of Pawanmuktasana, wind releasing pose. You can stay right here, or exhale to bring the forehead into the knees, making a little ball of the body. Inhale here. Exhale to slowly lower the head. Bring the hands to the knees and let the knees rock left and right. So feeling a gentle massage on the low back. Maybe you want to draw little circles with the two knees together. Feeling the floor massaging your back. And switch direction. Whenever you feel ready, we're going to let both feet come back down to the ground and prepare for our final relaxation. So you can either bring the feet out about as wide as the mat and let the knees drop in towards the center line. This is better if you feel like the low back is a little achy on the floor. Bring the palms upwards, reach through the fingertips. Bring the arms relaxed onto the floor. And then if you would like the legs extended instead, start to bring the heels out towards the edges of the mat. Reach through the heels, lengthen the legs, and relax. Let the head rock left and right a few times. Find any other little movements your body might be wanting. And we'll start to find stillness. Relax the face. Release tension in the jaw. Letting the tongue float in the center of the mouth. Release any tension between the eyebrows, the little muscles around the eyes. Take the next few minutes in stillness, in silence. Allow the whole body, head down to the toes, to relax. The mind starts to wander. Notice where your body might be tempted to hold on to some tension. And again, relax. Shoulders towards the floor. Legs heavy. You can stay here as long as you'd like. And when you feel ready to release, start to Deepen the inhale. Exhale everything out of the lungs. Begin to wiggle the body. And we'll bring the legs together. Give a little squeeze of the thighs in towards each other. And reach the arms overhead, preparing for a big stretch. Inhale as you reach the body, reach the whole body, hold the breath. And exhale, release. Let the knees bend, and we'll either roll to one side or start to rock and roll yourself back up towards a seated position. We'll finish in this seated position, so take a moment to get comfortable here. Maybe taking that padding under the sit bones again. We're going to close with a round of Om chanting. Chanting Om is a really nice way to bring a sense of relaxation and peace with us through the rest of the day. So we'll chant one long Om followed by the Shanti mantra. Feel free to join or simply listen and feel this vibration through the body. Bring the hands in front of the heart for Namaskar Mudra. Feel the spine grow tall. Deep breath here. Next inhale, prepare for Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Inhale to reach your arms up to the sky and exhale to bow towards the earth. Planting a seed to bring peace, gratitude, and love to your body and mind with you the rest of the day. Whenever that feels complete, come to sit up and let the eyes gently open. Thank you so much for being here with